Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. You know, after everything we learned this year, after everything that was exposed, especially thanks to Doge and Elon Musk, we can no longer chalk it up to just incompetence. This is organized corruption, and it's becoming clearer day by day that Democrat-run states and cities are funneling federal tax dollars into left-wing radical NGO networks that don't exist to help communities, to push progress, or render service to those in need, but rather to advance a left-wing political machine to protect illegal migrants, to shield criminals, and also, it seems, to enable and cause chaos on the streets. And well, the door's already been opened. And of course, this corrupt slush fund is getting exposed for all eyes to see. We got another Doge bombshell, this time connected to the state of Illinois, where 1 billion federal tax dollars was funneled to the left-wing network of NGOs. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so let's first start off with this clip here. We've got Illinois State Representative Brad Halbrook, who makes the claim that they've uncovered over $1 billion, yes, with a B, that's 9 different zeros after the 1, $1 billion of taxpayer money that's essentially being laundered through state agencies directly into left-wing NGOs under the disguise of community support programs.
Today we're turning our attention to a staggering amount of taxpayer money, over $1 billion, that's being funneled into political connected non-government organizations or NGOs. This wasn't uncovered by government watchdogs, but concerned Illinoisans and Republican legislators that our grassroots effort we call DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency. Before we show you where the money's going, we need to ask one simple question. Why is government funding NGOs at all? First, there's no transparency. NGOs aren't subject to the Freedom of Information Act or FOIA. Taxpayers can't see how their money is being spent. Just last week, a lawsuit was filed because the state refused to release a contract detailing how much public money was being sent to specific groups. Second, the budget language is vague and on purpose. These grants are buried under broad terms with little or no detail. Lawmakers are being asked to approve funding without knowing how the money will be used or even who's getting it. Third, the human services budget has been hijacked. It used to mean helping seniors, helping single mothers, and people with disabilities. Now it's packed with programs for politically aligned groups offering vague services like parent mentoring, immigrant support, LGBTQ advocacy, and many are race or identity-based initiatives that serve political agendas, not real need. Fourth, this spending undermines real charity. Faith-based groups and private charities are being pushed aside while politically connected NGOs scoop up taxpayer dollars. The government is picking winners and losers and rewarding those who keep the majority party in power.
But of course, when you actually look at where the money goes, it's pure political subversion. It's going to illegal immigrant support groups, parent mentoring psyops, left-wing anti-racism training, LGBTQ political advocacy, political organizing disguised as, quote, outreach. In other words, it's probably funding all the activist efforts, the freaking street army that we're seeing on the streets. So they're taking tax dollars and then funneling the money to NGOs who act essentially as the Democrat street army. You know, there's always this talk on who's financing these groups on the streets, who's financing Antifa. And sure, you know, names like George Soros pop up, but if we learned anything this year, after everything that was uncovered with USAID, I think we can pretty much safely conclude that actually, a good portion of the financing seems to be coming from the people. And you got these Democrat cities and Democrat states that are taking that money, and how else can I say it, using it to commit crime. It's like a freaking criminal network at this point, a tax-funded criminal network. Let's just stick in Illinois, for instance. Look at what these left-wing activists are doing, organizing on the streets as the president's coming in enforcing immigration law. These are well-funded groups, and the relentless nature, of course, speaks to that as well. And then, of course, you've got the leadership that's part of that money funneling that continues to side with the criminals, continues to allow these groups to run essentially with impunity. And speaking of aiding illegal crime, it's not just the chaos on the streets, it's also the official actions that are being taken by people like J.B. Pritzker, who, by the way, just took it a step further.
Cook County Circuit Chief Judge Timothy Evans is barring civil arrests of people when they are at county courts. Evans said in a statement, quote, "Access to justice depends on every individual's ability to appear in court without fear or obstruction. Our courthouses remain places where all people, regardless of their background or circumstance, should be able to safely and confidently participate in the judicial process."
Chicago courts, under his directive, are now barring ICE agents and Border Patrol agents from arresting illegal immigrants inside courthouses. And of course, what does that mean? That means the governor of Chicago is working tirelessly to protect criminal, illegal aliens, gang members, drug offenders, predators, vicious, violent criminals. You could be a foreign gang member in the country illegally, wanted for a violent crime, but if you step foot in a Chicago courtroom, you're now protected by Democrats. It's completely out of control. Oh, and how could I forget? As we've seen, ICE agents are under attack in Chicago. And what are local leaders doing? Well, as federal agents have built a barricade around the ICE facility that's being assaulted every day, left-wing judges are now ordering that federal agencies take down those barricades. In other words, they're sending a message to their activist army, their political terror army on the streets, that ICE is open season. The facility is open to attack, protect criminals, and sabotage the feds. Just like what we saw when J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson ordered CBP to stand down after ICE agents were being literally ambushed in the streets. It's lawless, it's third world, and the craziest part of all, it seems as though the people might be footing some of the bill. And that's no longer a conspiracy theory anymore. No, we now have the receipts. Billions of public dollars flowing into radical political groups, all left-wing in orientation, with these groups hell-bent on attacking the nation, attacking federal officers, fighting against American sovereignty, protecting criminals over American citizens, all under the guise of providing services. The only group that they're serving is the Democrat establishment and their corrupt whims. Absolutely insane. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.